Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 setups for today. So just want to get one level in here, which I think is probably our line in the sand. So just start that again. Let's just have a look at price action. And last week was a pretty strong rally. We got to all-time highs, and I think maybe that's another level we need to have in. But we then stalled. We just went sideways. Now, there's a whole lot of election political noise in Europe that's happened over the weekend. So I suspect it's going to be quite volatile, specifically in Germany and France at the moment, and Belgium actually. Essentially what's happening there is that the far right are starting to gain momentum. And yeah, I think the migration crisis is probably driving a lot of this as well. So when we have a look at what happened, basically Friday, there was nothing going on, and then we had this big down. There was the jobs number that came out, or non-farm payrolls, and then we rallied, and then going at the close, we dropped, and now we sort of hovering just here on the previous high, which is at 53.50. So yeah, I won't read too much into this at the moment, but it does look like an engulfing bar. Does look like a bit of a hanging man, and then if you look at the oscillators, they have crossed over and are pointing down. Now the dollar is gaining strength at the moment, and I don't think that much of that is to do with the US economy. I think it's more to do with the euro. So when we start drilling down and get down to the 3-hour, have a look at the oscillators. They've already crossed over and pointing down. Moving averages, we are above them, so granted, it does look like we're in an uptrend. But this kind of price action here just it worries me a little bit. So it just shows the uncertainty, and that's exactly what is happening at the moment. So nothing really to read into here. This could just be people just getting out of the week's trade, just taking profit at the end of the week. Typically, a lot of times at the end of the week, you see things happening like that, except for the week before last, where you can see the buyers stepped in. All the buyers stepped in. They knew something for the following week, and then we rallied. So nothing really we can see there, but if we start drilling down to the hour, you can see the confusion. So it's pretty much just muted until non-farm payrolls, big down, big up, big down, and now we are just hovering underneath that previous high at 53.50. So oscillator's not giving us any clue either, and if we drop down to 15 minutes, that just becomes even more chaotic. So Mondays are typically muted. So what do you want to do? Toss a coin. Let's see if we can get something moving. The last 2 days has just been sideways more than anything else. I think, for me anyway, there's a little zone here that I would be paying attention to. So it's obviously 53.50, and then we have 53.47. So that's kind of, I want to see price drop below, come back, reject here. Then there's probably a short on offer down to 53.28. I'm not so keen on the longs at the moment. It's just we've battled, in all honesty, we've battled to get through 53.65 area. We sort of got it on Friday, but then came back to form almost a daily range bar. You can see where we opened, and you can see where we closed. So if you look at the daily, you're going to see a range bar. There it is there, with our oscillators sort of looks like they're rolling. So I'm not too keen on the longs at the moment, and I'm not that keen on the shorts either. I'd probably want to see a little bit more than what we're seeing now. So my advice is probably still stays the same as Friday. be very cautious. I don't think you should be chasing longs. I don't think you should just jump in on shorts yet either, but it is starting to look like we are going to have a bit of a fall, or at least moving sideways for an extended period of time while the politicians or the political noise sorts itself out in Europe. That's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. I think there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of confusion. And when it's like that, it's probably wiser just to sit back and wait for things to happen. If we do clear 53.28, in actual fact, if we just take out Friday's low, and that's at 53.21, take out Friday's low, come back and reject in that zone, that's going to confirm a bigger move down for me. Okay, so you can see on the hour we are below the moving averages here. So I'm saying, there's probably an outside chance of a rejection here. You can see strong move down, bit of a flag for another leg down, straight back into this 53.28 area. That's probably the best trade that I can see right now, but I'd want to see a little bit more than what I'm seeing at the moment. So break below 53.47, come back and test 43.57, or even a decent rejection of 53.51. That would give me an opportunity for a short, and I'd be very, very critical. I'll be looking for a pin bar or a inside bar or engulfing bar double top setup on the level, not above the level like it is now. I want it on the level, and I want to see a fairly decent bar for a continuation bar before jumping in on the short with a stop above that structure. If that doesn't happen, we will just sit back and watch this. Okay, anyway, that's kind of me for today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.